I'm going to use my new Mac presentation dish.
I've noticed a lot of this around your apartment. What is this particular...
We don't have to talk about it. Basically, I've just changed my dining set over to this set entirely.
So what's the story behind these, anyway?
This is called Village from Pfaltzgraff. But they stopped making this in 2005, so I had to order all the pieces on eBay.
Is that kind of like a Rorschach thing? I'm sorry, I got really distracted. You've been talking about your dishware for the last few episodes?
Yeah?
I didn't know there was also a clock.
Look, I got a lot of other interesting pieces. I can introduce a new piece every episode. This is a garlic keeper. Its sole function is to store garlic inside, but also keep the garlic aerated, but in a dark environment where it won't sprout.
Oh my God, they've got more of these Rorschach things.
So this is I don't know how the hell you're supposed to use it, but it's a Pfaltzgraff potpourri holder.
A soup tureen?
It includes a ceramic ladle. The rarest piece of the set by far.
I can't believe that didn't arrive damaged, yeah.
I bought this locally, which is why it didn't arrive damaged.
Is this thing on?
So today, I'll be featuring Julian and his quintet. Right out from there he was.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You bringing a bowl with you? Yup. This is breakfast.
I'm going up this early is there's no one on the road. We can this normally bitchy turn just fine.
It was a full moon on Friday the 13th this year for the first time in 1,200 years. Really?
Yes.
We're in North Stonington, Rest Area and Information Center. I want information about Connecticut.
It's a lovely morning, isn't it?
A little humid.
Spooky. Sorry, attendants don't have change.
So is it free area map or free area map?
It's a map of the free area.
Okay.
Well, this is just about the most disappointing station I've ever seen.
All right, guys. Go ahead.
All right, are we on a road trip?
We're on a road trip. We're gonna go buy some Pfaltzgraff.
You've started a collection, but this is like a serious amount of it.
Yes. It's several hundred pieces worth. The price I'm going to pay for it today is $100 and take away 9 boxes of dishware.
Yeah.
If I go on to the internet and I ordered this stuff, it cost about $2,900.
Wow. And she has no clue what the value is.
I mean, she's selling it for lower than most people on Facebook are. This is I'm buying this through Facebook, but I have the feeling that she just wants it out of her house.
And you want it in your house.
Not 100%. Well, there's a few pieces that I want. There's the biggest piece they make, which is an 8-quart dough bowl, and that piece alone is $84.
And this is an all or nothing kind of deal?
All or nothing. And there's also glassware. And glassware, it's usually $8 or $9 a piece if I wanted to have some glasses to go with my tableware. She's got a ton of them.
How do you know you're not getting catfished by this lady?
I don't. I mean, I could show up and it could be Yorktown instead of Village Pattern, and then what do I do? Why are there these attraction signs without any attractions? If I could do 2-lane highways piss you off, you're never really comfortable in any lane, right? Because if you're in the slow speed lane, you have to deal with all the merges. You don't want to do that. You're in the high speed lane, everybody always wants to go faster than you. See, right now we've expanded to 3 lanes, and I'm in pleasure. Because I can just sit in the middle lane the whole way. Frankie, it's another attraction sign with no attractions. F-88! It has no attractions! 2 exits! 2 exits have no attractions in Connecticut! I just love how in Connecticut, the only highway is on the southern coast. So if you want to go somewhere in Connecticut, you have to travel along the southern border, and then you get to the point you want, and then you go north along a crappy little road till you're done.
What attractions are in this section?
I know for a fact that there's a Mohegan reservation out here, so they're just being negligent to their signage. Look, here we are, 84N.
50 feet ahead, there'll be another attraction.
There's another one.
Nothing on it.
There's another one coming up just after that.
There is.
No attractions. This is a wide boy highway up here. Look at this baby.
Yeah.
With its 6 lanes.
Check out that fat highway.
Oh, it's like I could go 2 lanes left or 2 lanes right and still be fine.
Please visit our website at cp.c.
This is the Highway Advisory Radio of Connecticut.
This message was last updated on Sunday, September 15th.
It's not updated.
2019.
Elm Street, coming Nightmare on.
It's like $100 a seat, isn't it?
$100 a seat. My buddy ate 18 lobsters yesterday.
Lobster?
Prime rib and filet mignon. And he didn't even eat a salad.
Look like it's a pancake menu. You know you're at a real serious breakfast joint. Coconut, pineapple, macadamia nut pancakes.
You gonna do it? No.
They do have macadamia nut chocolate chip pancakes though, which are a possibility. Then there's the breakfast menu. The primary breakfast menu is on the opposite side. Then we have additions, and then oh, okay, we've got
this one.
We've got Christie's. Okay, this is I think I'm gonna get a Philly cheesesteak with onions and peppers. Omelet, and then I'm gonna get one of these macadamia nut with chocolate chip pancakes because I'm never gonna be here again. I'm in the middle of Connecticut. It's the only time it's ever gonna happen. $20, but you know, it's fine. When I've gone on road trips before, you find little breakfast places that are awesome, and then you're like, well, that was a great breakfast, and then you never go back because you can't. These are cool. They're like stainless steel mugs emblazoned with the logo of the place. This is my Philly cheesesteak omelet. It is delicious, and yours looks good too, Frank. This is my macadamia nut and chocolate chip pancake. Delicious. On the road again, off to get our Pfaltzgraff. So I think she might be a little surprised when I go to meet this woman because my Facebook photo shows like me from about 10 years ago when I was slimmer, like substantially slimmer. So she's gonna have this moment where she like opens the door and she goes, oh, and then she'll just play it off and it'll be totally fine. I get it all the time. So you could definitely get the raised eyebrows. It's like, oh, we're in the town. We're in Shelton. You're starting to get the businesses named like Shelton Pizza, Shelton Storage, Shelton Realty Co., Shelton Old Folk Home. None of these places really exist except for the pizza one. But Shelton Memorial Hospital. There's a Shelton promotional sign. Shelton House of Wigs. Shelton Floor Coverings. Shelton Kitchen Design Center.
Shelton Drywall.
Shelton Drywall and Plastering Co. Shelton Landscaping.
Shelton Food and More.
Yeah, Shelton Food Plus, yeah. You know, it's just, there's lots of places named, you know, after the town. Should I go up to her front door? Probably. And then I'll back down what she wants me to.
Hello.
Hi, Jamie, maybe?
My dog. No, she's not here, but.
Oh, yeah, I'm picking up the dishware,
Yeah, put your car in the driveway. My wife's gonna open the garage.
Sure thing, thank you.
Did they in actual fact seem surprised by your fatness?
I never got the impression. He approached me with the same amount of caution that I would have approached anyone coming to my house with.
Right.
I'm sitting next to the car. And the big ones we can set right into the...
You got it all in there?
Oh, yeah. All fit beautifully. And a bonus cheese tray.
Any regrets?
No.
Look at that.
Wonderful. It was stuff from their wedding,
right?
Which 40 years ago, he said. So 40 years ago would have been 79, and this was height of popularity in 79.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell the other guys, but I got the scratch while packing in the Pfaltzgraff. Oh, man. Oh, come on, Frankie.
The Cheese Times says this is a Halloween special you can't miss. BoxMac's Maxtory Science Theater 3000, right after the premiere of Pfaltzgraff, only on Red Cow.
Frankie, we've got a fall Apple Mac today on BoxMac. Meow.
Look at this Pfaltzgraff!
Oh, it's quite a lot here, isn't there?
Yeah, this isn't even close to the whole collection.
No, not even close.
This is just a Sousson.
Yeah, so.
I bought you a hat.
You did.
You never enjoy the chef's hat. I thought, this is just a little something.
Yeah.
But sure enough, it keeps falling off.
Yeah, I can basically move my head like very slowly this way. Any like. So
text 11 Red Cow to let us know should he make an effort to keep it on or let it fall. I, of course, unfortunately didn't come in costume.
No, you're just you as you normally are.
Yeah. I wanted to feel cute. You've prepped, yet another fallish Mac.
Yes, well, we're gonna give it a try. I have never made this recipe before. I have pulled it out of the air.
There's always a John hand in the B-roll.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it with my cat. What do you call this Mac?
It's the Apple Mac.
You know?
Yeah, the Apple Mac.
Apple Mac.
I can only think of one time where we had apples in a macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
It was when Ashley made it for the 4th of July.
That's right.
So bacon, obviously white cheddar sauce base, and then bits of apple, because apple and cheddar are delicious together.
They are.
I think it's a high-risk maneuver.
I don't think so. I think you got to think more gourmet, Frankie.
I can also think of a time when you kind of borrowed from a bunch of recipes and made something really good with it, and that was 2 years ago with the pumpkin mac.
Yes, that's right. And I did read a few recipes to kind of get a... I selected the Gruyere.
One of my favorite cheeses.
Yeah?
Citrus is going to clash with the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm going to try to make it not.
Yeah.
But I think it's still going to come through, and it's probably still going to be a little weird. I guess it's just moderate the amount of apples that are being used, and also provide cheeses that are good, very complementary. Because it's very traditional to serve like apple slices with slices of cheese, for example. And we have a nice sharp cheddar to contrast it. The Velveeta is so that you can make this mac at home. Now, if I was just doing this by myself, I might just use the sodium citrate, but I don't expect that you'd have sodium citrate in your home.
But the way you solved the pumpkin mac was you just added a lot of cheese.
Yes, and that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna have more than a pound of cheese for this pound of pasta. I think, Frankie, I'm gonna have to take off the hat.
Do you want to put it in one of these bowls?
Oh, sure.
I'll tell you, I bought all of these materials at Walmart for like, I don't know, like $20 total. It's so cheap. You go to like a Spirit Halloween, the wig is like $30.
Yes, yeah.
This is like $3.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start by chopping up some apples. I've got Granny Smith apples here.
What made you choose Granny Smith over any other kind?
Because they're less sweet and more tart. They're kind of the quintessential cooking apple. And I do want the apple to kind of be somewhat of a feature in this. You know, I don't want it to be just,
we're trying to avoid it.
Yeah, like we're trying to hide it. This is apple cutting B-roll, which is not a lot of B-roll in that category.
No.
Right? A little bowl. Can you guess who the manufacturer of the bowl is going to be, Frankie? This is daily Pfaltzgraff. This is my favorite bowl. A nice, wide, flat bowl, good for serving pasta. Frankie, you're special today.
Oh, wow. It actually has writing on it. I've not seen one with writing on it. Let me pose with it.
That's a hard plate to find, actually.
Yeah?
Yes.
Smash. I really, truly don't want to see any of these get damaged on you.
I don't either.
I really hope a day never comes when any of these break.
Thankfully, for most of them, there are replacements available. Like that bowl, really rare. I think it would cost me probably $150 to replace this.
Wow.
I only paid like $10 for it.
So how do you end up deciding which ones you're going to use, which ones are going to be more artifacty? That one, if it's a $150 plate.
Things are meant to be used, right? If you're not using them, what's the point of them existing besides decoration?
Well, I think at a certain point, something is so valuable that you don't want to beat it up.
Well, cars are valuable, but we use them basically until they're worthless.
Yeah, but you don't take like your $70,000 car and like drive like in the mud. And you ask everybody to be super like, basically don't use this while we're using it.
I mean, that is one strategy, right? Covering the nice furniture with plastic.
Yeah, my dad, he was always really meticulous about the back seat and stuff.
Yeah.
For a long time, he had like a blanket, like a kind of an ugly blanket over like the back seat. And it was like, but now it's an ugly car with this ugly blanket, but it protects the seats. What is the point? What's going on, Dad? You've turned me into this.
Would you like a piece of apple? Sample it?
Yeah, I'll take a little apple.
It's not an apple you'd normally like just chomp on.
It's like very flavorful.
Yeah.
You guys ever have pasta with apples in it? Ever in your life? You're an Italian guy. The Italians ever do this?
We're gonna use our favorite Desello Occhiette.
Meow, 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 meow.
Bruschette.
Meow, meow, meow.
He wants to pronounce it every other way besides how it's obviously spelled.
Yes, I can't manage words.
I think it's DiCecco, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's Decesso.
Okay, fine, but you were saying like Dishashe, Dishashi.
Tashushi. Tedeschi. My normal pieces of everyday Pfaltzgraff have been moved around.
Are you pissed off a little bit?
No.
Admit it.
Yes. A stick of Kate's butter here, which is one of my new favorites.
Holy, Kate's is to Kerry Gold.
Yeah.
As Smoked Gouda Artisan Crafted is to Cracker Barrel?
Nah. Oh, That's apt, I think. It's just a really nice cooking butter. It's very creamy.
Melts easy.
Yeah. Kerry Gold, if you heat it up, it'll separate pretty easily.
Right.
This will not. We're gonna put those apples in and let those cook for just a minute or two.
How does that make you feel, putting those apples in?
Concerned. Our oven is up to temp.
Meow, meow, meow. Let's be real. When you cook at home,
Yeah.
you don't mess around too much. You want whatever the meal is to work out for you.
Exactly.
Because this is your food we're talking about.
Exactly. This is my food. I gotta eat this tonight.
Right. But when you're on a YouTube show, experimentation is downright encouraged. We kind of have pre-agreed that if it sucks, we'll throw it out.
Yeah, exactly.
And you wouldn't do that with normal food.
No.
You would be like, let's cook something stupid and throw it out if we don't like it.
This is not gonna be like disgusting, I hope.
It's going to be disgusting. I'm going to bring it back to my disgusting cats. We're all going to lick it up.
You probably have never seen it, but the musical cats.
I've gone to see the musical Cats.
You have?
I don't know if you know this about me. I have some family who runs a rep theater company.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and they've put on Peter Pan and Jesus Christ Superstar, and they're actually really good shows. And they really work hard. That's the key difference.
Yeah.
Is they work their asses off on these shows. And I saw a production of Cats, and I'm guessing, just based on production value and commitment level, that it was a good production of Cats.
Yeah.
But boy, is that not a good show.
Yeah.
I remember it being total nonsense.
Yeah.
Not being able to tell characters apart. And I only remember the one song, the one that everybody remembers. Memories in the mother.
You don't remember?
I remember the Mr. Mistopheles.
Mr. Magical Mr. Mistopheles.
Yeah, not my favorite.
Angelical Cats, Angelical. I also went to go see it.
Yeah?
And I don't really care for any of his musicals, to be honest. I think they're all kind of...
Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Yeah.
Well, I'm Phantom of the Opera. It's pretty sweet. Angel of music.
You gonna see the Cats movie?
Are you gonna see the
No,
Cats
it looks terrifying.
That got meme-ified real quick. That and, the Sonic movie there. They
Yeah.
both deserve it, let's face it. Remember when Snakes on a Plane came out and they thought it was gonna do big business because of the meme-ification?
Yeah.
And it didn't?
Because the problem is that memes have a very short life cycle.
And they're honestly only consumed and propagated by a fairly small amount of the population.
Yeah, so these are softening up a little, which is what we want.
It just smells like steam.
Steamed from the steamed clams we're at.
Now, in case you're wondering, Frankie, there are Pfaltzgraff flour containers. However, they're not practical for storage in cabinets. They're meant to be like display pieces on your countertop. Lifting them down continuously and up, it's a little too...
You'd have to figure something else out.
Nah, I'm not gonna.
A new system.
And I don't use flour often enough that I think it really makes
Fair enough.
sense.
Look at this. I just want to point this out real quick. If this is recessed too much, the silly sliding door that he's installed, you have to do this to get it out.
No, you don't. Frankie, right here. There's a hook to let you take care of that.
You ever have this in life where you don't ask?
Just reducing the shallots a little bit, getting a little heat on them.
This is like happening right now.
Yeah, we're getting there.
What happened to the roux?
It's starting.
There'll be cheese in this mac and cheese?
I'd ask you to open up those cheeses, but...
My cat paws?
Yeah.
Fruit flies flying around all the apples, pooping on the Pfaltzgraff.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of buying a little dining room table and putting it in that piano room there.
That would justify the Pfaltzgraff.
Sure.
I mean, that's what you're looking to do here.
Basically.
Some of it's in boxes? Tell me the truth.
No, it's not. Oh, well, a very small amount is in my bedroom of pieces I think I'll rarely use. But most of it I cleaned out my mother's dish cabinet and put them in the dish cabinet.
Oh, nice. What does your dad think? He's like, okay, cool.
He thinks it's a nice set. I mean, my mother had the Yorktown.
I'm trying to figure out, like, what is it about Pfaltzgraff? I thought it was like a nostalgic thing with your mom, but
It is.
But she went with the other pattern.
Yes, but it's also I don't know. I mean,
Try to take me seriously.
I can. I think it's got a really classic style. Certainly, some of the pieces are very elegant.
I noticed that the graphic itself is kind of low res.
It is, and that's intentional. They were all hand applied, hand painted, and they were all made in the U.S. Oh, I don't collect any of the China pieces, just the U.S. made ones.
Did they say fine China because the dishware is really made in China?
Yeah, it used to be. They've turned the term China to just mean dishware.
I never hear people say that. When I was a kid, everything was fine China.
Yeah.
You turn on any sitcom, they're talking about fine China.
Well, I think that...
And quicksand. I interviewed somebody for our documentary who, the one thing she was excited about for her wedding was that she was going to get some gifts, and she was like, maybe we'll get some grown-up dishes.
He didn't really want to do the registry at all. He didn't want to register. He didn't want to bother. He didn't want to pick out anything. It's like, well, it'd be nice if we could have real plates like grown-ups. That might be cool. To have some dishes we like or something.
Maybe we can telegraph as grown-ups based on our dishware.
Now, this Gruyere. This is from Aldi.
You're a little worried about it.
It just doesn't have a lot of flavor.
I kind of want to lick it up.
Kitty lips.
I'll come down 2 steps for it, but not 3.
She'll go 1 step, but not 2.
I just want to say, hey man, this is somebody's fetish.
So today, Frankie, we're going to be baking in Pfaltzgraff number 320, 3-quart casserole.
That's going on a bit. A lot of breathing and slurping.
Thankfully, I've got some extra sharp cheddar. Needs a little more sharpness, so we're going to put that whole
I
thing in.
suspected that was the case. Okay, this is the money shot. This is a kitty shot.
Trying to not get all that oil if I can avoid it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try it again in a minute and see if I need to make any flavor adjustments.
John's going to try some with some apple.
It's pretty good.
Weird?
No. The apple kind of fades away, to be honest.
Yeah, because this has apple in it.
It's a little warm, so just be careful.
Well, I think the cheese sauce is super good, first of all. The fact that there's an apple in there.
It's a little weird, right?
Okay, John's going to pour the cheese into the pasta.
I'm gonna pour the cheese into the pasta. Put it right there.
We'll see them in a moment.
See you in a bit. This is an apple-shaped baker. I was gonna use it to bake today, but it's too small, as you can see.
Got a nice Pfaltzgraff.
Yeah.
We sure do mispronounce it all. It's one giant apple.
No!
I'm just gonna say something to you right now.
Yeah.
Kind of share your love of Pfaltzgraff. Do you think that you will like the apples?
I think I'll wish that I had just made a nice regular mac. It's just a nice macaroni and cheese that some jerk put apples in.
So it's excellent.
Yeah.
Absolutely excellent. You know, the shallot really does a lot.
It does.
It may be that mild Gruyere was actually a good thing.
Yeah. You know what I don't taste at all? Apple.
No. When you hit an apple and your teeth sink into the apple, it releases some apple juice.
Yeah, it's a little nice.
And it's definitely not offensive when that happens. You're not like, ew, 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 apples.
I double the amount of apples, and maybe that would be a bad idea, but...
It's just really good. But it doesn't necessarily evoke the fall or Halloween or apples or a harvest or an orchard. I think it's an accomplishment. You added apples into macaroni and cheese, and I didn't mind. But I also didn't notice.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the road trip and see how it works out.
Yeah.
What was it? It was an 8-quart dough bowl, and it's the biggest single piece ever made, and we broke it 3 minutes from picking it up.
It's like a record.
We put it behind the seat so it wouldn't get damaged, and then we changed drivers. Frankie moved the seat forward, we turned the car on, and the seat moved back because it's my key and it goes into my position, and it shattered the bowl instantly. Clay not seen exposed to the world since the 70s. Oh.
The bowl is big pieces. John went, oh no!
That's like one of the main pieces I came out for. And it didn't even look like it had any crazing on it.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. I don't blame you at all. And did I really need an 8-quart dough bowl to begin with? Probably not.
Let's put the nail in this coffin. You definitely.
No, I don't want to hear your anti-logic. I want to feel bad. 40 years, these people had it and taken good care of it. 5 minutes in my hands, it's ruined. There's a problem with this type of dishware, Frankie, in which it develops cracks in the glaze. I spent the most time with the big bowl, which we crushed, and looking at this one piece now, it looks like it is after the glaze cracking incidents were resolved. And it means that that extra large bowl we crushed would have been even more rare.
We crushed?
We crushed. We did. When you moved forward, it slid flat. Okay.
So the way I see it
So now
is-
it's taking up the maximum space. And then when you came back, it couldn't go back up, so it just smooshed. You didn't know how to act.
I was scared about what was happening.
It's fine. It's fine.
I didn't say it wasn't fine. I want to know who's to blame.
Me. I ordered a replacement bowl for $33. It'll take a little time. It has to come from New Jersey. I'm going to take it right down to New Jersey, get another bowl, put it behind the seat. Smash it.
That's how we get our rocks
That's how we get our rocks off, is smashing bowls. Smash it as soon as you get it. Like right after you hand over the money, just like smash the whole thing. 7 years of bad bread because we broke a dough bowl. Somewhere in this plaza is a Halloween city. It looks like it's the same concept as the Spirit of Halloween.
I don't even know what city we're in.
Okay, Google, where are we?
Okay, where are we?
We're in Milford.
So we've been to a Spirit Halloween. We have not been to a Halloween city.
It looks like the same basic concept in which they've taken over an empty storefront and made it into a temporary Halloween store. But what was this store? Like something
Was it a Target?
$100 skeleton dragon.
For the same amount of money, you can get a bunch of Pfaltzgraff.
And then break one, yeah. That's pretty scary.
Kids doing something innocent, but
With broken ankles.
Yeah, very broken ankles.
Like babies with knives and big teeth. I don't.
I'm gonna cry.
I thought she was gonna fart.
It is a little frightening, isn't it? It's got a cauldron that was about the same size as that piece of Pfaltzgraff.
More durable for sure. You can.
A lot of Pennywise stuff this year.
Yeah.
Is he gonna do the cool dance?
Animated bat lights or animated ghost lights.
Oh my God! Look at this display. It looks like there's like a Christmas element to it.
Yeah.
Haunted movie projector?
That's a cool prop.
So what does it do? Does it actually try me?
It's just nostalgic. Oh, does it project something? Oh, that's kind of cool.
Does it eventually turn like horrifying?
I think that's it.
Pretty horrifying. It feels a little more warehousey to me than...
Just be the space. The other one was in Circuit City.
Field Screams
back end cab coming soon. Like the coming soon signs are all over. The biggest googly eyes.
Yeah, that's more Matt's speed.
Yeah, I love me a good googly eye.
You look good. This could be a look. Hide those grays. I mean, it is a fedora, and those have gotten really
they're kind of back in style.
bad raps.
But the lamest possible Turtles costume. I mean, at least this one you put a little work in.
Are you really gonna show up to the party in that?
In a Leonardo hoodie.
I don't know, guys. I don't like costumes normally. But see, she would get away with it because if you were actually that sexy, then everybody's just excited that you're
Well, you
there.
don't think these guys are handsome enough? Which one would get away with it? Probably the guy with the fake muscles.
I think attractive men don't have the same social power as attractive women.
No.
So it's costumes, and then there's just like a straight up lingerie section.
It's a hot take. What's the deal with sexy Halloween costumes?
Hey, you can have a sexy Halloween
I mean, come on, sexy Grover, really?
You don't have to spend $60.
You could be a guy on a toilet for Halloween.
That's kind of, got baby legs there.
Yeah, first of all, he's he's disabled. Second of all, what's with the face? The face is like, toilet!
Does the tablet come standard with the costume?
You know what's gonna look really dumb is when he walks.
There's another one. This is quite the thing. This is like, sumos are obviously fat, but you're going to say that like policeman Pudge.
Boy, did these porgs go away. They were here for a moment. Everybody wondered what they'd be. And they're gone.
They're nothing. There's one costume left in there.
What's the deal with underwear?
This is in the Red Cow costume library,
It
first
is.
of all. And I don't know why this one isn't.
Pirate waffle review?
Yeah.
Robot waffle review.
Robot waffle review.
I could make a robot costume.
Yeah, I know you could. I do.
No, I'm being super literal. I wasn't making fun of you in the least. John will do a dig and then he'll try to save it. And I'm here to stop him.
Try to like back off the dig a little.
Yeah. What do you have here? Lingerie?
Yeah, Red Devil.
Can I be totally honest?
Yeah.
I find the fairies and stuff a little bit hot.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cute.
A girl with wings somehow is interesting.
Sure.
I mean, put some effort into it, not just show up in underwear. And the male equivalent is like at a costume party, a guy will show up in like a basketball jersey. Like, who's my costume?
He's like, I'm a basketball player.
These invoke
Here, Rocky Horror or Elvira, Mistress of the Night.
Mistress of the Dark?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Rocky Horror just on its own has probably kept the drag costuming alive.
Would you still enjoy that show if you went to go see it?
Like going
live?
to it? I think so, just for the nostalgia. I would never dress up, but I would go and like be an old guy in the back, like being like, I used to go to these. I went years ago and it already felt that way.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to get home by 2. It'd be cool if Glow was into Rocky Horror, I guess. That'd be kind of fun. I'm just here to ruin everything for her by liking it too. Hey, does anybody want to get my daughter some stilettos?
It's like if I was watching Star Wars and my dad showed up in the Millennium Falcon.
You guys want to go, hey, Billy would love it if you guys went to Warp Speed or wherever you call it.
This is also strange. I almost don't want to talk about it. Pair of antlers for you? You make a good, like, Mr. Tumnus.
We got some Deadpool party suits. Deadpool's in.
Yeah.
You know.
Guardians back end cap coming soon.
This is 2019. What outfit can you wear this with and have it be okay?
It really wouldn't work out for anyone. I don't understand why it's in stock. You look at it, to be honest.
Do I?
And the giant sombreros, people are very
It's the
sensitive.
same thing.
What if you put on both? And it was a comment. In comedy, they call this
Hat on a hat.
Look, it cancels each other. It's a double negative, okay?
Exactly. It actually means I'm quite progressive. That is haunting. You have no idea how crazy looking that is. Holy
I would be
holy
uncomfortable.
Cause I'm the shitty man. Whoa. Whoa. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna do the best I can. Whoa.
Is this meant to evoke
a Christmas story?
Yeah.
No, I think it means it's supposed to be like you're drunk and you're wearing the lampshade at the end of the night. Ha 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 ha.
I see.
Wow.
You ever been to a party where that's actually happened?
Where someone puts on a lampshade on their head?
Yeah. And they didn't mean to. They're like,
And
wow.
And I've been to some pretty
You've
big
been to
bangers.
some parties, and that has not happened. So it's just a meme.
Ballerina Bat is actually a Brand X thing for Vampirina from Disney. And I know this because
you're a father
I have
and
a 2-year-old.
you have a 2-year-old.
Oh,
I wonder if some of these other ones
Vampirina.
are too, like She-Wolf.
Like pretty much all of this, I think, is Vampirina inspired.
Yeah.
Zombarina. See?
Zombarina.
This is very
They're like, well, what else could be arena? Werewolf arena?
A beauty school dropout.
Aw.
Is that like still a
Dropout?
thing? in society?
Like, do people even watch Grease?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Maybe not.
This is very Hot Topic to me.
Yeah, Hot Topic isn't what it used to be, though. Hot Topic is not about
It's
emo
alternative.
anymore. You know, memes and stuff like that.
Like video games, bands.
Yeah, not like the gothy thing. That's gone. I should commission Emily to make me a stuffed Pfaltzgraff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like a stuffed piece with the pattern on it and like in the approximate color.
Or, you know, Matt could do it.
No.
No. It's okay.
Do you knit? You want to knit me a granny square?
I should try. I mean,
she made me that beautiful granny square, which I loved, but it's starting to unravel, sadly. So I don't know if I should send it back for repairs, if I can contract her for repairs, if I should just have her make me a new one. I don't know.
Here's your official Disney.
And your generics wrapped in, too.
Yeah, I would think these live-action remakes would really push a little Halloween merchandise.
Yeah, I think so.
What would be the brand X name for Anna?
Adorkable Princess Sister?
Not very scary, if I'm honest with you.
Goodbye.
20,000, huh? Anyway, we can lower the price.
For you, sir, I'll knock off $1,000.
Okay, 1,000, huh? We have a deal.
Meet Junt,
Hi.
a young pasta chef on his way to achieving his macaroni and cheese dream.
In other news today, the population of polar bears have been declining rapidly due to unstable salt ratios in Arctic Circle.
There is a menu. I'll be right back with you.
It's not the boxes I fear, it's the folly of man, oversalting max and causing global boiling.
I've just received a package in, and this package, I believe, is the new bowl I ordered on the ride home after destroying the first one in a tragic seat-moving accident. I am not tremendously hopeful, because the box isn't in particularly great shape. It's a little smooshed. I don't hear any obvious rattling sounds, so that's a good sign, but... And there she is, a thing of beauty, fully intact. The biggest bowl of Pfaltzgraff Village ever made. All right, so I've got my high-powered inspection light here. But if I shine a really bright light on it, you can see all of those crack lines. And that is the glaze cracking. And that means that water and food can seep into those cracks. This bowl looks perfect. I don't see a single mark anywhere on the interior. I suspect this piece has never even been used, as so many of these big bowls weren't, because they are very large. Wonderful. I couldn't be more pleased.
Pfaltzgraff we've ever tried. BoxMac. What's coming up next time on Pfaltzgraff? Pfaltzgraff. Today on BoxMac.
Hey.